tell me where you got the inspiration for this idea.
The book really came from a place of need. Just, it's something that I was feeling inside. It was thinking about the elders that I grew up with and missing their presence and their influence and just being in the company of them, and guidance. And I was driving down the street one day visiting a friend, and I looked to my right, and there I was in Inkster. I looked to my right and I saw a beautiful elder standing in her yard. And I rolled my window down and I said, "Ma'am, can I talk to you for a minute?" And she said, "Yeah, sure, come on." And I went over and I started a conversation with her. And she said, "Yeah, honey, I'm standing here cutting my front yard and I'm waiting for my niece to come with gasoline so I can cut the backyard." She was beautiful. She had brown skin, silver hair, 93 years old, cutting her grass. And immediately I felt connected to her. And I began to feel like my elders through her, and just, embraced by a smile from her heart, okay, and her sincerity, and just from that point, I began to talk to her, and I told her something I really feel I needed inside from her today. And I totally received it from her. And on my way home, after I talked to her and I asked, could I come back and talk to her more? She said, "Sure, honey, we could talk anytime." So I scheduled an appointment with her and I went back and talked to her. But on the way home, I began to think about how I was feeling that day and how I began to get my colors back again and feel better. And I thought that there must be other people who are feeling like this today, or just period in the world like me. And I know that there were other outstanding elders throughout the world that I probably need to seek and find so I could try to share with them what I had received that day. So that was my inspiration.
I'm 84 years old. So this was an unusual situation because she said, "I want to talk to you. I need to talk with you." And I thought, this is unusual. About what? And she came to my home and she sat down with me and she told me that she was doing a book on our elders and that she was putting it together. And then, of course, later on, I saw this magnificent book that she had put together, beautifully lined, the photography is outstanding. The descriptions of all of us elders is extremely well done. And I realized as I talked to my family, and particularly even now with Cicely Tyson having left us, and realizing the value of finding those beautiful people that have done so much for us. We bury grandmama and granddaddy and we kind of forget what they've done for us, but Roohee has not forgotten that. And she's sharing it. And I think that we need to do it more often. We need to have it open for our great grands so that they can see that we don't sit in that rocking chair with a blanket and go away, that we are here.
What parts of your own story, Carole, do you think resonate the most, or should resonate the most with younger people?
I think that the thing that's really critically important to me is that I come from the Hastings era. I lived on Willis, 633 East Willis. It's since gone because of I-75. And we came from the period where we had to hide underneath the seat and carry a bottle in the car when we had to urinate going to Mississippi and Alabama. I'm from that era. But I'm also from an era that ended up, thanks to Mary McLeod Bethune, who inspired me in the 2nd and 3rd grade to move forward. She said the door would open for us and we would have to be ready, but it wouldn't be open long. And she was right, because it opened up, starting with Eisenhower to some extent, but it began to close with Reagan and it began to close with Nixon. And we've had to kind of struggle from that era up to where we are now.
Interesting thing happened. My granddaughter, she was 10 years old, and I showed her the book. And I said, she went through it. She said, "Oh, wow, Nana." She said, "You went and you got all this knowledge, this information from these old people." She said, "Now, when I don't know what to do, I can go and find out what to do."